Okay, Pillow Talk is all about R&B singer Neo and his
Okay.
ex-wife, right? Now his ex-wife is upset because Neo lives this polyamorous. Did I say it right? Yeah,
Polyamorous.
that
Yeah.
polyamorous relationship right now where he has a bunch of different girlfriends. He actually has four. So his ex-wife is saying she feels it's inappropriate for him to expose their kids to this type of relationship. Right?
hmm
What are your thoughts? Is she right? Is
So
she wrong? What do you think?
I have been seeing this all over
Hmm.
Instagram. Give me a little bit of backstory.
Hmm.
So he has four girlfriends.
Hmm.
Does he live with all of them?
Yeah, to my knowledge, he lives with all of them. They coexist. He brings them all out with each other. He'll be performing. He'll give them each one of a kiss before he goes on
I saw
stage and
that.
rocks out. And that's his life. That's how he's living right now. His ex-wife, who was on one of those shows, I can't remember her name.
Is it? I think I know. Okay.
It
He
doesn't
only has
matter.
one ex-wife,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I know who
It
that
doesn't
is.
matter.
Uh-huh.
But she's like, it's inappropriate.
Crystal Renay.
Crystal Renay.
Yes, I know who that
Yeah,
is.
similar to her,
Yes.
she's been on the Breakfast Club before.
Uh-huh.
So what are your thoughts?
I did see him say that he explains to his kids, like, so and so is helping with your homework, so and so is cooking you dinner, and so and so is taking you to school.
Hmm.
Like,
Hmm.
when did he adopt this? This is a
Well,
newfound.
after he got divorced, I guess this is the way that he wants to go, and he says it's
Mhm.
better for him. He enjoys it. It makes him happy, and it is what it
I'm
is.
sure it does.
Mhm.
Okay, what do I think about him exposing his children to it?
Yes.
Um, I think it sucks.
Hmm.
I think it sucks for the children, and I think it sucks for his ex-wife.
Hmm.
But let's look at this from more than one perspective.
Okay.
I don't always like to look at things from just my perspective. So if I'm opening up my mind and I'm going to talk through it as I'm thinking it,
Okay.
okay? If this is in fact his lifestyle, and if this is going to be his lifestyle for the rest of his time on this earth, and it's clearly something that he sees no fault with and
Hmm.
that he is proud of, I am not sure how he would hide that from his children.
Hmm.
And to say that he should hide it from his children means that you are drawing the conclusion that it is in fact wrong.
Hmm.
And although I wholeheartedly disagree with it,
Hmm.
I don't know that I'm in a position or can be in a position to say that it is wrong.
Hmm.
It goes against my religion. I don't know what religion Neo is, and there are religions that do absolutely positively permit that.
Hmm.
So I can't pretend to be judge and jury
Hmm.
and say that if this is in fact his lifestyle forever and ever, amen, that it would be fair to him to have to hide his lifestyle
Hmm.
from his children. Now, from the other perspective, which is quite possibly most of your perspectives,
Hmm.
my perspective as well, I would not want my child
Hmm.
exposed to a polyamorous
Hmm.
father
Hmm.
because to me, it teaches your daughters, especially, well, and then it teaches your sons, but it teaches your daughters, especially, that you can be one of many. You, in and of yourself, are not enough. You don't have the power to supply a man with enough that he would want you alone and solely.
Hmm.
Um, and I think that that could have the propensity to raise a daughter with insecurities or feeling as though she's not able to provide everything that a man may need.
Hmm.
I think that it can foster low self-esteem in your girls, but in a way where they just accept it. They don't even
Hmm.
realize that they have low self-esteem, where for them, it's just Wednesday,
Right.
you know? Um, so I think that can be very damaging. And I think that it can teach your boys that women are playthings
Hmm.
and that men, because you would ingest it as it's the man with the power
Mhm.
and the women are the playthings. And that's kind of how the world kind of presents itself
Mhm.
to begin with. So
Mhm.
it kind of reinforces that. So it's like the man has his choice of women, and the women are the pick-me's, and you're lucky to have that 1/4 spot in this man's life. So it teaches your sons to not be satiated with one woman. It teaches them the opposite of monogamy. And, most people ideally would like to promote or be a part of a monogamous relationship. Ideally,
Mhm.
like that's the goal because obviously, most people want to be married.
Mhm.
That's what we strive for, finding your one true love. And it leans into monogamy.
Mhm.
So this is anti-monogamy. So I wouldn't want him to be my children's role model. But with that being said, I can't say what you're doing is wrong.
Mhm.
What you're doing, so you can't really you don't have the power to do that.
Mhm.
So you just have to accept it and teach your children against it when they are with you. Or find that middle road where you're not demonizing your father or making it seem as though he's the antichrist. You may take the time to explain to your children what daddy's lifestyle is about, but you lead them with the lifestyle that you want them to have.
Mhm. I will say this. I agree with Crystal Renee. Um, and I look at it like this: if I had a daughter, well, I have four of them, of course, but if I had a daughter in that situation, I wouldn't want my daughter around that, right? I wouldn't want my daughter to feel like it's okay to be one of many,
Right.
right? I just wouldn't. It is what it is. But I do understand if that is Neo's religion, if that's something Neo believes, you can't keep that away from him because that's his life. But I would say this is new. He might, in a couple of years, be like, you know what, this is not what I want. This might be a fad. This might be a phase in my life. But I wouldn't want my daughter around that. I wouldn't want my son around that. So it's a difficult situation because I'm sure Neo's like, but this is my life. This is my house. This is how I live. So am I not supposed to have my kids over here? It would definitely be a hard conversation, but I wouldn't want my kids around that. So I understand where she's coming from.
Of
And I,
course.
and I would feel like it's inappropriate. I would feel like I wouldn't want my daughter to see that because now if another guy comes up and says, hey, let's do this relationship like your dad. I got you, I got her, and I got him. You just one of many. I wouldn't want my daughter part of that. On the flip side, would I want my son to be like, I got you, and you, and you, and be a womanizer? I wouldn't want that either. So I definitely agree with her 1,000%. That's not nothing. But I also feel like Neil wouldn't want that. Like Neil wouldn't want his daughter to be one of many if she was dating somebody, right?
And if
And
he was being mindful enough,
Mhm.
then he would know that that's what he's teaching her.
Right, because you're really showing your daughter that it's okay.
Mhm.
You're really showing your daughter that it is acceptable because we talk about it all the time. Like our kids are sponges. They're gonna see what mom and dad do. They're gonna see what happens around the world. And if they feel like dad says it's okay, oh, I can try it. If
Because
dad,
that's what becomes normal for them.
correct.
Yes.
So I agree with her wholeheartedly. And I would love to hear what you guys have to say about it. You can email us at thekccrew@gmail.com. That's TheeKCCrew@gmail.com. Leave a comment or, of course, DM us because I would love to hear what you guys have to say.